This is CTV News with Michelle Brunoro.
Our man is alive, so that's why we are here, just to see him, that he is okay, he is fine.
A missing hiker found alive after 3 nights in the backcountry following a massive search also.
The biggest weekends that we're having here at the GVHA between the cruise ships and the 111 vessels that we'll have moored here in the Inner Harbor.
Setting the stage for a night of music and a busy weekend in Victoria's Inner Harbor. Plus, Adam finds out how a lifelong athlete transforms regret into gratitude later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with an amazing story of survival and the perseverance of BC's search and rescue crews. A 25-year-old hiker has been found alive and well after spending 3 nights stranded on a cliff edge alone and unprepared in the backcountry near Mount Washington. CTV's Andy Garland was there when search and rescue crews got word that he was found.
Keshub Jindal is being stretchered to an waiting ambulance after spending almost 4 days on a cliff band in the Strathcona wilderness.
He has significant injuries as a result of a fall.
This morning, an RCMP helicopter searching drainages spotted Jindal.
And he was waving on something white.
He is in a drainage, so a gully going off the side of the cliff, and that is where he has been probably for the last 2 days.
A technical hoist rescue team was launched to pluck Jindal off the mountainside, who is on a 60 to 70 degree slope.
Members will be hoisted down to him. They will assess him medically, treat what needs to be treated.
Friends of Jindal await anxiously for his return, never giving up hope their friend would be found alive.
Our man is alive, so that's why we are here, just to see him, that he is okay, he is fine. Or not.
Him and his buddy walked up to here.
Search and rescue believe Jindal tried to take a shortcut down to a lake when he was waiting for his friend to return from summiting Mount Albert Edward on Monday.
If you zoom in, you can see that it's pretty steep cliffs. We're not sure how he got in there. Very lucky.
Comox Search and Rescue says this incident is a reminder why hiking parties should stick together, or if someone is unable to continue and decides to wait for your return.
Stay where you were. It's a lot easier to find you if you stay where you say you were going to be.
SAR says Jindal is also suffering from being exposed to the elements for a number of days and was airlifted to a trauma center. Andy Garland, CTV News, Mount Washington.
Mounties are on the lookout for a couple of armed robbers who are hitting gas stations and convenience stores in Campbell River. The first robbery happened the night of July 22nd at the Gas and Go in the 3600 block of the South Island Highway. RCMP say a masked woman brandishing a pistol and a masked man entered the store and robbed the clerk at gunpoint. Then in the early hours of August 4th, the Circle K in the 300 block of Rockland Road was hit. Police say a masked woman carrying a gun and a masked man robbed the clerk. There were no injuries reported in either incident. Police believe they are dealing with the same robbers in both cases and are asking if you know something to say something. The Saanich Police Department is officially taking to the skies, launching a new drone program aimed at enhancing community safety. Says the remotely piloted aircraft will give officers a critical aerial perspective during situations such as searching for missing persons, crime scene management, and what it calls public event management. Saanich PD says that the drones will, the program on Vancouver Island already operating on the front lines. Those include Victoria Police, which launched its air service last year, Central Saanich PD, and the RCMP, namely Langford and Nanaimo. This drone for the David Foster and Friends event, which begins tomorrow through Sunday. Vic PD says special duty officers will be on site to manage traffic and public safety. Closed-circuit television cameras and the drone will be monitoring crowds and traffic flow and identifying any safety concerns. It says recordings will only be made in the event of a criminal investigation or public disorder. A number of roads around the event and the legislature will also be closed to traffic and parking. The Canadian-led team behind a crackdown on illegal fishing in the Pacific Ocean has recorded a significant number of violations, inspections of commercial vessels, found problematic practices, including shark finning and dolphin harvesting. CTV's Anna McMillan has more on what the inspections revealed and why there's reason to believe compliance is improving. And a warning, this story contains images that you may find disturbing.
Canadian fishery officers are boarding a commercial fishing vessel in the middle of the open ocean. It's one of 30 ships they inspected on the high seas during a recent patrol of the North Pacific.
We have captains that when we board, they know that Canada is coming and that they've made some efforts to improve their compliance with the rules.
The inspections are part of Operation North Pacific Guard, which departed from Victoria on May 13th and ran through July 7th. Feel the skin of it. The mission cracks down on illegal fishing.
We had 52 violations on 30 boardings, so you can see that there's a fairly significant pattern of violations per boarding.
Violations range from administrative errors to shark finning. Here, an aerial patrol captures a shark's body being thrown overboard after its fins were removed.
Our impression is that there is a combination of an education issue for the fishers, as well as just a motive or an incentive for the amount of money that can be made by conducting illegal fishing.
The Department of Fisheries and Oceans says air surveillance of 344 vessels turned up 21 additional violations related to shark finning, dolphin harvesting, pollution, and gear marking requirements. The crew also observed poor labor conditions.
Once we come through, we analyze the data, and then we look at those conservation efforts moving forward.
The DFO records violations with the help of the Coast Guard, RCMP, and partner agencies from Japan, South Korea, and the United States. Violations are then reported to a vessel's country of origin, which is responsible for investigating and administering sanctions, including fines and jail time.
The more in-depth dialogue we have about the scope and scale of the issues that we find, the more we leverage our international partners to help us advocate for voluntary compliance or compliance through the regulatory management operations.
Despite the number of potential violations, the DFO is optimistic about the future of fishing and resource management on the high seas.
We are starting to see an arc towards compliance, and we hope that as more and more rules get put in, the deterrent comes with it.
Anna McMillan, CTV News.
Here on Vancouver Island, fisheries officers conducted their own enforcement blitz in July, targeting main highways in and out of popular fishing areas. It was a first of its kind on the island for the coordinated setup with 8 different checkpoints. Officers inspected more than 200 vehicles and 85 vessels, handing out nearly 90 violation tickets. The main takeaway from the violations, officers couldn't identify size and species of the fish.
The problem that arose is that we weren't able to tell what that fish was as far as species goes, what size it was, or they were just pieces of fish cut up into so many pieces that it would have been a jigsaw puzzle to try to fit it all together to figure out how many fish were actually there. So that was what we were encountering.
Officers say fish being transported need to be measurable and clearly identified by species when inspected. Anticipation is building ahead of David Foster's 40th anniversary concert weekend set to take place over downtown Victoria. A barge was tugged into the inner harbour last night. It will set the stage for the Victorian native and his celebrity friends. Foster's charity raises money and awareness to support children in need of life-saving organ transplants. As the crew assembles the stage, the marina docks are filling up with boats, big and small, ready to take in a weekend of music.
Absolutely full this weekend. We've had a wait list since March, so people have been looking forward to this event, and it's all shapes and sizes of vessels. But we know that a lot of the big stars that have been in David Foster's world will be here on the weekend. You'll see them walking around the community. You'll see them staying here, and of course we have some of the vessels in the harbor.
With more details on the event this weekend and where to watch, here's Bailey from 107.3 Virgin Radio with all the details on how to take part.
Victoria's Inner Harbor is going to be filled with music this Saturday for David Foster's 40th anniversary celebration. The gala is on Friday, and the free event for the public is going to be coming up on Saturday. The event is starting at 7:15 in the evening, going until 10:15, all taking place from the floating stage in the Inner Harbor. So grab your blanket and you can come and check it out right here at the lawn of the legislature, or you You could watch it from your multi-million-dollar yacht or a paddleboard right here on the water. It's going to be a very exciting night in the Inner Harbor. We're also going to see performances from the likes of David Foster himself. He's even brought some of his famous friends, including Josh Groban, Catherine McPhee, CeeLo Green, the Tenors, and so many more will be performing from the floating stage. So we'll see you in the Inner Harbor this Saturday.
A historic sale is making waves in BC's real estate market after a private island sold for a record-breaking price. Turnagain Island was sold for a whopping $13 million, making it the highest valued residential property sale ever recorded on the Sunshine Coast through the multiple listing service. Nestled in the heart of Secret Cove, Half Moon Bay, the 93-acre property was purchased by someone from the Greater Vancouver area. The private island features 2 homes, a deepwater dock, and multiple boathouses. Still ahead, reinforcements arrive to help fight BC's wildfires as flames inch closer to Metro Vancouver. And
it's now just very close to home for us, and this is the reality of the world that we're living in.
The wake-up call that it can happen anywhere.
Mainly sunny skies, 26 degrees for a high in Victoria today. It was 33 in Port Alberni. We'll take a look ahead to the weekend, let you know if the heat's sticking around right after the break.
Big win, bigger impact. Get your tickets for the Mega Summer 50-50, brought to you by 107.3 Virgin Radio, CFAX 1070, and CTV. In support of CFAX Santa's Anonymous all-new Kids Count program, supporting children beyond Christmas. Give back, and you could win big.
And Josh is here now with a look at our weather. It's been pretty warm out there. Is that going to keep up?
You know what? I think we get one more really hot day for parts of the island tomorrow. Temperatures will cool slightly in Victoria, and then we'll kind of settle into a more average pattern for temperatures through the weekend and into next week. This dry pattern is not going to change, though. Doesn't look like we'll see rain, any significant rain on the island for the next little while. It's 25 degrees in Victoria right now, 26 for the daytime high, 28 in Nanaimo, 29 for the high there. Got up to 33 in Port Alberni earlier this afternoon. And this was yesterday. You can see all the 5s and 6s, the moderate risk air quality in and around Victoria. Here was today. And you can see there's that one little reporting station in yellow still, but a lot of this is now in the low risk range, so things did improve. The exception has been that Port Alberni area. I mean, again, if we go backwards, let's go back to yesterday. There's yesterday. You can see 2s and 3s, and then here's today in that area, 4s and 5s. Now, I think the pattern is not really going to change all that much. It's going to be low to, at times, moderate risk for the next little while because there's nothing to really kind of flush the air out and clear things out. There's a low pressure system way off the coast. That's going to bring some cloud cover and potentially a little bit of drizzle tomorrow morning to northern parts of the island. You can see, though, it does clear out pretty quickly. Elsewhere around the island, you're looking at mainly sunny skies for a lot of areas. Here's your big upper ridge, this bubble of heat. That does shift off a little bit and then kind of flatten out as we head into the weekend and early next weekend. So that's part of the reason temperatures will start to cool off. I hesitate to use the word cool off because we're still going to be no worse than about average for most areas. The exception, again, as has been the case for the past week or so, is in the north, where you've got temperatures around or slightly below average. A little breezy tomorrow as well, with that high of 19 and the chance of some morning drizzle. Inland areas, 33 today in Port Alberni. You'll get to about 30 or 31 in Port Alberni tomorrow with, again, mainly sunny skies. Could see some fog patches for some areas inland early tomorrow morning. Shouldn't last all that long. 27 Saturday and 25 Sunday puts us back right around average. 19, some morning fog and some clouds out along the coast. Then some sunshine in the afternoon, 19 for a high tomorrow, as well as Saturday and Sunday. 25s Friday, Saturday, sunshine and 23 on Sunday. So a little bit of a cool down as we're back to around average Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 27 in Nanaimo with some sunshine tomorrow. That's 4 degrees above average. Then 25 and 23 for Saturday, Sunday. A little bit of cloud cover there Saturday, but back to sunshine Sunday. And in Victoria, 14 degrees tomorrow morning, sunny. 23 tomorrow afternoon after a couple of days in the mid-20s, and then 22 and 21 with partly cloudy skies Saturday and Sunday. So 3 of the last 4 days, Michelle, have been above 25 degrees in Victoria. We're back below 25, it looks like, for the next couple of days.
Well, you don't want to complain about the sunshine, but definitely we could use some cooler temperatures and some rain to help with all the firefighting across BC. Anyway, thanks for that, Josh. Well, the massive effort to fight wildfires in BC has expanded to Metro Vancouver, where some people spent a sleepless night on evacuation alert. It's a wake-up call that it can happen anywhere in a province desperate for rain, as thousands in the hardest-hit Okanagan region are still not able to return home. CTV's Andrew Johnson has the latest.
It's a rare sight on the edge of Metro Vancouver. Water drops on a wildfire that quickly led to evacuations.
It's now just very close to home for us, and this is the reality of the world that we're living in.
People in dozens of homes in Anmore were told they could be next.
We're just waiting for the signal and then get ready to go.
Others got out the hose, hoping to slow flames in the event fire arrived on their doorstep.
We are trying to save our home.
Calm winds overnight helped firefighters keep the fire contained. A scare providing a glimpse of what people are dealing with a few hundred kilometers to the east in the Okanagan, where more than 200 homes have been lost near Vernon.
It's looking like World War III, but hey, we're doing the best we can to get things back to normal and get people back into their homes.
The BC Wildfire Service is reporting progress in controlling the spread of the nearby Bradley Creek fire. Fire crews are also using drones to scan for hot spots in residential areas where structure protection teams are in place 24 hours a day. More help is on the way. 200 firefighters landed today from Mexico, earning an airport welcome from the Premier.
A chance for wildfire firefighting crews in the province to catch their breath and be able to recover from what is a very demanding, hot, exhausting, and quite dirty job that they're doing to support British Columbians. The smoke from wildfires in BC and Washington State is still leading to air quality warnings here in Metro Vancouver. But interestingly, it may be helping fire crews in the Okanagan. The BC Wildfire Service says the thick blanket of heavy smoke is actually helping to block the sun and reduce fire behavior. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Vancouver.
A few days after their strike, the union representing WestJet cabin crew is sharing details of their tentative deal with the airline. QB says it includes a more than 18% wage hike over 3 years, along with increased time off and higher food and uniform allowances. It also features a new duty period premium, which adds compensation for work done on the ground. All WestJet flights were grounded Sunday as 4,400 flight attendants walked off the job. They returned after news of the deal Monday. A ratification vote is set for the coming weeks. U.S. aviation officials have ordered the inspection of hundreds of Boeing 737 MAX jets for cracks in the body of the plane. The FAA says cracks have been found on some planes around certain service doors. No planes have been grounded. The FAA says all 470 jets in the U.S. must be inspected, and if there are issues, have to be repaired before they can fly. Coming up, Jessica's journey. Adam finds out how a woman transformed grief into gratitude. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
And finally, Adam meets a woman who's transformed a debilitating accident into a grateful gift on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
Well, Molly the dog can do all sorts of tricks. Jessica Kruger's most appreciative of her pup's personality.
I feel like she has the stubbornness that I have, so that's what I love most about her.
Now, Jessica was certainly stubborn when, after falling 2 stories during a workplace accident, dismissed her doctor's diagnosis that she was a quadriplegic.
At that time, I was like, no, I'm going to fight. I'm going to figure out a way and be able to walk again.
You see, Jessica has always been active and involved in all sorts of athletics.
That was a huge part of my identity. I need a sport. Like, what's my sport going to be?
That's when Jessica was introduced to wheelchair rugby.
Those chairs are built to smash into each other, and yeah, I think there was some sort of release in that for me.
It turns out Jessica had been repressing a lot of feelings around the accident before she found the courage to enter therapy.
It made me able to be honest with the people around me, which made me feel less alone.
Jessica was also empowered to stop hoping for the way things were and start making the most of how things are.
It's that internal thing within you that gets to decide what you're capable of.
For Jessica, that's earning a place on the provincial wheelchair rugby team and working to educate and empower others.
There's so many ways to do things differently, and I just want people to understand that and stop underestimating me and other people like me.
Along the way, Jessica also launched her own business, married the love of her life, and rather than regard her accident with regret, realized she couldn't be more grateful for its gifts.
I don't necessarily think that I would want somebody else to have to go through this journey, but I like the person that I've become because of the challenges that I've faced. All of the things that I love in my life are because of the accident.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.
Well, that's it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourself.